Hello students, in the previous lecture we have studied the different circuits of op-amp, like op-amp as a adder, op-amp as a subtractor, op-amp as a unity gain follower. After that we have seen the different configurations, that is inverting configuration, non-inverting configuration, and we have studied the concept of virtual ground as well. Now here we want to study the next application circuit of your op-amp, that is voltage to current converter. Now the first thing is that why do we need this conversion? Why we need to convert this voltage into a current format, right? So what is this? This is a voltage to current converter. Now the first question arises, now why do we need this conversion? So the simple example or the simple answer to this question is that not all the circuits are able to accept voltage input, right? Suppose this is my circuit and this circuit needs an input current instead of input voltage, it needs input current. And to if the condition is that we have only voltage, now if we have this voltage to current converter, we can convert this voltage into its equivalent current, and that current can be applied to the input to this device. So simply the reason is not all the devices are able to accept all kinds of input, they need specific type of input, and for that we need to convert whatever value we have into the desired value. Okay, so in some applications load requires a current driver rather than a voltage driver. So in some cases current driver is required as compared to voltage driver. Current drivers are less used, but they are used. So in that case an operational amplifier circuit configuration is required, which will give you the linear voltage to current conversion. So here we will need a converter with the help of op amp that will convert your voltage into its uh, equivalent current, right? The voltage to current converter is also called as voltage controlled current source, VCCS. Now remember this point, voltage to current converter is also called as voltage controlled current source. Okay, now we'll study this diagram and we will understand how this voltage to current converter works, right? So uh, this VCCS, that is voltage controlled current source, accepts an input VI and yields the output current I0. So what is the input? It is V in. And what is the output current? I0. Now if we apply Ohm's law, like simply here, what is the statement? I0 is equal to 1 upon R into VI. Suppose if we apply Ohm's law at the output side, what we will get? Ohm's law is what? It is V is equal to IR, right? But we want to calculate current, output current, which is equal to what? It will be voltage upon resistance. Now what is the voltage we have? We have V in, correct? And what is the resistor which is near to the V in? That is R in, or R1 you can say, correct? So that is why we can write our current, output current, as VI upon R, right? This R is nothing but this R1, right? Now where 1 upon R is the expressed in terms of Ohm inverse. Now this is like general term. The unit of resistance is Ohm, and if you are talking about 1 upon Ohm, then it will be Ohm inverse, simple. That is the dimensions of conductance. So V2I converter is sometimes also called as a transconductance amplifier. So remember one thing here, the voltage to current converter have three different names. First name is voltage to current, second name is voltage controlled current source, and third name is also, it is also called as a transconductance amplifier. Okay, now the simplest current to voltage converter is given in the above figure. Now the load resistance RL is floating and it is not connected to the ground. Just understand this. The load resistance is not connected to the ground. That is why it is called as a floating type of connection. Right? Floating means it is not connected to ground. Right? Now the input voltage is applied to the non-inverting input terminal. As we can see, input we are going to apply to the positive terminal. Positive terminal is also called as a non-inverting terminal, and feedback voltage across R1. So see here, feedback is what? Small portion of output we have to feed back to the input, and that feedback is done through the R1 resistor, correct? So this circuit is also called as a current series negative feedback amplifier. Now understand one more thing, that it have fourth name, that is current series negative feedback amplifier. So there is a single circuit which can be identified by the four different names. Why it is called as a current series negative feedback circuit, negative feedback amplifier? Because the feedback voltage across R1, it depends on the value of output current. Whatever voltage we are going to get at the feedback or the what you can say, whatever the voltage across R1 we are going to get, that voltage is due to the output current I0, right? So we can just apply Kirchhoff's law at V in. See here, this is your V in, correct? Now that V in can be written as VD plus VF. What is VD? It is the input difference voltage. Whatever is the input voltage difference between two terminals, that is VID. And what is VF? VF is the feedback voltage, correct? So V in can be written as VID plus VF. Again I am repeating, VID is the input difference voltage plus VF is the feedback voltage. Now but if VID is equal to 0, now we know both the terminals of op amp have same potential, so the difference between them is 0, so this term will be 0, correct? Now what we are left with, V in is equal to VF. Okay, so we got this statement, V in is equal to VF. Now how to write VF feedback voltage? It is like voltage is equal to current into resistance, right? So in feedback we have output current and resistor is R1. So instead of VF we can write R1 I0. We are simply applying Ohm's law. Ohm's law is what? V is equal to IR. Correct. Here we have VF, that is feedback resistor. What is current flowing through the feedback? See, this is your current, output current, and that output current only flows through the feedback. So that is why instead of I can write I0 because it is output current. And which resistor is connected in the feedback? It is the R1. So here I will write R1. So VF can be written as I0 R1. Right, so V in is equal to R1 I0. Now if I want to calculate output current, this R1 I have to send on the other side, right? So this R1 is multiplied here. If we send it on the other side, it will become divide. So I0, which is equal to V in upon R1. Now this implies that output current is nothing but the function of input voltage. So voltage to current conversion is done. Input voltage and output current. Now this is what is the aim of our circuit. We want to convert voltage into the current. Okay, so what does that mean? Your input should be voltage, right? And your output should be current. So this is what we are having. I0, that means I out. Output is your current and V in. In means input. Input voltage is your input. So this is what is your voltage to current converter circuit, right? Now we have to see the applications of this V2I, where we are require this voltage to current converters. First thing is that in diode match finder, second in Zener diode testing, third in LED driver, in DC voltmeter, as a relay driver, and for resistance measurement. So these are the multiple application where we will need voltage to current conversion, right? And as per the requirement you can use this voltage to current converter, correct? Now the next step we have the current to voltage. Here we have seen voltage to current. Now it is a current to voltage, reverse process is there. And how to achieve that reverse, we are going to study here. In many measurement systems, there is a need to scale the output from signal source, in which the current produced by the source which is converted into the output voltage. Now so many a time it is required that we want to convert the current into its equivalent voltage. The current to voltage control is also called as a current control voltage source. Now see this. Current to voltage converter is also called as a current control voltage source, CCVS, right? Which accepts the input current. Now it is very general. Current to voltage, that is input is your current and output is your voltage, such that V0 is equal to A into Vi. Now this is a simple application or simple equation of operational amplifier. What your operational amplifier is going to do, it is going to amplify the output voltage. And what is that output voltage? V out, which is equal to A times your V in. What does that mean? So A is your gain of op amp and V is your input voltage. So if your input voltage is suppose 2 volt and if your gain is 2 volt, so in that case 2 into 2 output voltage will be 4, correct? So your input voltage get 8 times multiplied and that will produce at the output. So we have seen the equation of operational amplifier. Now we will understand the current to voltage converter circuit. Now how that current is converted into the equivalent voltage. Correct. So in the diagram, Inverting amplifier, we know the configuration, or we know the formula of inverting amplifier, which is V0 upon Vin is equal to minus Rf upon R1. We have studied this formula, we have derived this formula, correct? Now, if I want to convert this equation in terms of V0, I will transfer this Vin on the other side. So it is divided by here, it will become a multiplied, right? So V out is equal to minus sign is as it is Vin upon R1 into Rf. So I am just sending this V in on the other side, right? So up next, we know the voltage at voltage is equal to 0. V1, see here, voltage at this point is 0. Why? Because this point is connected to the ground. Ground potential means 0 voltage. So as this point is connected to the 0, now V1 is equal to 0. And as we know, both the terminals of op amp will have the same potential, so that the output at this point, or this point you can say, which is also equal to 0. So V1 is equal to V2, which is equal to 0. So that is why in the above equation, what we can just do, we are having value V1 is equal to 0 and V1 is equal to V2. That means V2 is also equal to 0. Correct. Now, V in upon R1 is equal to I in. If we apply Ohm's law at the input side, what it will be? I in, that is current, input current, which is equal to V in upon R1. Right. So this is what is the equation which we achieve with the help of Ohm's law. Correct. Now, this equation, see this equation, equation number 4.29, we can just do one thing. What we can do, instead of V in upon R1, instead of this, here, V in upon R1, we can simply write I in, correct? So, V out, V out is as it is equal to, instead of V in upon R1, what we are writing? I in. So this I in, negative sign is as it is, and into RF is also as it is. Now, as we can see the equation, output we are having in terms of voltage and input we are having in terms of current. So your input current is converted into the output voltage, and that is what is the motto of our application, that is current to voltage converter. Input current is converted into the output voltage. Right. Now, what are the applications of this current to voltage converter? The first thing is that for sensing and measuring the circuits through the photocell and photodiode. Okay, second is the light intensity meter, and the third one is the analog, digital to analog converters. Right. So these are the basic advantages, you can say, of the application area where you can use this current to voltage converter. Right. So this was the second last point from your chapter. We are left with only one point, that is voltage to frequency converter. Once we are done with this point, there are solved examples, and after that the chapter is finished. Okay, so we will see the remaining portion in the next lecture.